What is up, everybody? Logan here coming at you guys with another video. And today we're going to talk about the 5K to 10K challenge that we've been running in the Discord. And this is a challenge we started right around the first week of March. As you guys can see back here, right? Started in that first trade on March 4th. We have since steadily grown the account throughout the month of March, and here we are at the end of April, sitting around $1,460, which is about a 30% return. And we had a little bit of a hiccup trading day where I got stopped out of two trades in a row because I'm using stop losses now versus rolling everything because of how crazy the market has been. Spreads with rolling and stuff has become just a little bit more difficult, I think, for a lot of people, specifically even myself, right? Actually, really liking the stop losses a little bit more in a market where it's so much intraday volatility. I mean, we're seeing days where you swing 40 points down, 60 points back up, and it makes it a little bit harder to get those really good roll fills like we used to be able to get, where we'd get those like end of day squeezes and maybe they would keep pushing and the next day would gap down, or those end of day sell-offs, the next day would gap up off earnings. The market's changed a little bit, so I've had to change my approach, but so far, 2 months into this challenge, being up 30% is a really good feeling. So, we've been very diligent as we look back here on the challenge. We had a lot of selling in early March, right? So we did a lot of call credit spreads. I did that little update at the end of March, right around this trade, right? That PCS was the last one we had taken. Got a CCS, got a PCS, then we waited for the market to rally quite a bit. This one we won. Nice 333 on that one on one contract, 110 wide, pulled like 33% on that specific trade with that risk of at that point you're looking at like 17% of the portfolio. And then we did a contract here, we did two here, hit both the stop losses being super tight. And then that last trade we got three and actually ended up $200 on the day after all was said and done. And like I said, it's a small account challenge. So our contracts are one, two, three, one. This looks like it was a fees and commissions reference for the bottom one. Just for these stop losses, just getting in and out and then setting that take profit just specifically for what a small account challenge is, right? So that's been what we've been up to. What's the strategy is what a lot of people have been asking. Like, how are you able to be up 30%, have very minor drawdown activity, and then have that day of a couple stop losses where we got a little more aggressive and then continue this like upward trajectory, right? Well, let's go through the strategy and how we've done this. So as we hop into my charts tab over here, these charts are also for sale. Just shoot me an email and 97 bucks is what I sell them for, a Discord message or a message on WAP, and I can always share my studies with you. But these are the big six time frames I like to use. And right now we're becoming quite overextended to the upside. And it's really easy to say that. I mean, in this channel, relatively, we're still near the bottom end of the channel, but we have been on this very steep run and rise. And if we go to somewhere like this 90-day 195. So as you can see here, I mean, we were way extended to the downside throughout March. We've had the complete selling action right through the end of March into early April, where, right around the 22nd of February, the 26th of February, right around here, we had these couple of gap ups. And then ever since then, we started that move down throughout the entire month of March. And then these heavy sell-offs, which came at the last week of March, all the way down to 6,300 before we had this massive rip that continues, right? Now, if we look at the moving averages, I mean, we were so far extended, almost 200 points below this red 21-day average when we were in the selling period of this. And now that the moving averages have crossed over, we've spent a lot of time far away from the 21 again. Right now we're about 100 points away. So I wouldn't be surprised now that we're seeing these standard deviations getting tested on this 90-day chart for a little bit more of a topple back towards the mean here like we typically spend, like we did in December. January was just a lot of chop right around the mean, sell off, buy up, and then I wouldn't be surprised if this is the top for a while. I mean, even back here, RSI 83, and then look at the inverse on the downside, right? Like this was a great put credit spread opportunity time. It was a good time to be careful if you're trading the CCS side or set pretty solid stop losses. So overall, the FOMO's taken over here. Today's Thursday, April 30th. I kind of feel like this is around the time where we start to top out, as I like to say it. but we're around 7,200. It's a big psychological level. We have this support at 7,100, 7,029, and then down here at 6,900 roughly, and the mean's down at 6,830. Right, it's just the average of these last 90 days. For me, that's what the strategy's really been based off of was, well, we were under the moving averages, so I was constantly taking call spreads up here until we would fall enough for me to take put spreads, right? As you guys saw on my trading chart, we were taking put spreads around here, coming back to the moving averages, call spread central. Sorry, start grabbing call credit spreads now in this range because we're back up in the nosebleeds. So that for me is kind of the strategy that I've been running and operating with. And then it's just one, two, three contracts at the most. Because that's the whole thing, right? Is like we're being aggressive, but we're not being silly, right? We're using smart stops. We're doing really tight stops with like a really open upside potential, limiting downside potential, but taking really good upside potential trades, right? If you're getting something for $4 credit and you set a stop at six, right? Basically, if you do one contract, you can only lose $200 and you could potentially make 400 if you were to let that ride to expiration. And I'm not even saying do that specifically, but we're in a market that's moving 1% a day, right? 0.5%, 1%. I think this green day back here was 2.5, if I remember correctly. I mean, 6,400 all the way to 6,530, and that one candle on one daily move, I mean, 130 points. You're looking at 2.5% days, right? We're seeing these massive gap ups. We had one back here, 6617 to almost 6,800. I mean, you're looking at 170 points overnight. And then even today, like squeezing up again. And continuing to push towards new highs. So that's something for me that I keep in mind as we kind of battle the market makers and try to keep these trades and everything tight, because risk really comes down to how much of the portfolio are you risking. And if you have 6,500, like we've built the 5K to 6,500 and we're taking a 10 wide, you're not risking more than 17% of a max loss. But then if you set a tight stop, or you say, okay, guys, if we even lose $600 on this trade, you're only losing 10% of that portfolio, being aggressive and saying, okay, I'm going to take this great trade and I would really need the market to go against my trade for me to get pushed out. And we already have all of this other profit we're playing with. That's one thing that I really try to pay attention to in this little small account challenge that we've been running in the Discord and with the group. So yeah, I mean, that's the strategy. I do a lot of like 2-to-1 or 3-to-1 risk to rewards on some of these trades. Like you've seen where I would take something for $4 and a 40-cent credit, put a stop at 620, 640-ish. So you're looking at like either making $400 roughly or losing 200 per contract. Hey, let's get 1 to 2, right? We're not trying to put the full port at risk in one trade. Hey, let's put 5K at risk to make, $2,000, and then you're really at the mercy of your emotions. So it's just a small account challenge, right? You start to take smaller risk. You set tighter stops, you look for really good entries, you give it a few months, and you try to really outperform the S&P 500, like we're doing so far. So what is it on the year? I mean, the S&P year to date, back here, it looks like we started the year around 6,900 and we're at 72. In general, the S&P is up 300 points on the year. I think that's what, like 5%, maybe. Roughly, I'm trying to do that math in my head, like 4.5%. So sitting at 30 on the small account challenge, really good spot to be, and doing that, outperforming the S&P, even with this hiccup, like there's probably people that sold a lot of their portfolio down here. So that's our whole goal, right? With the small account challenge is keep it small, right? You can do a 50 grand to 100 grand challenge. You can do a 5 to 10K challenge. You can't really do 500 to 1,000 because that you just can't trade the S&P, like SPX specifically. But yeah, I think that's just something that I'm trying to focus on as I go through this year, and it's just continuing to take really smart stabs, at this market that is insanely crazy, right? With all these moving averages shifts, the consolidation we've seen, what's the moving average doing? What are we hearing about in the world? So yeah, that's been my whole plan and what's kind of brought me to where I am. So if you guys would like to come and join, the link you can find down in the description for the Discord group and follow some of the small account challenge trades. I appreciate all the love and support as always, but that's going to be everything for me in this video. I'm excited to see you guys in the Discord. It's been a fun time making content again, and I really do appreciate all the love and support that I get from you guys. And I'm excited to see what the future brings and what other moves we can make in this market as we try to take this 5K to 10 as we're sitting around 6,500 right now in the portfolio. So that's going to be everything for me. I really do appreciate all the love and support, and I will see you guys in the next video.